their second straight Stanley Cup.
Well, damn. What a start from the guys to begin the season. 3-0 against 3 playoff teams. I mean, what else more can you ask for? The team overall, Kucherov, Vasilevsky, the defense, that first line. It's been fun to watch too. Last season, there's so many times where you're just watching this team and the defense and you're like, what is happening? So far, we're 3 games in. Very small sample size, everyone. I know you see the scroll down there. Technically, it's still possible, but things have been good. Short sample size, like I said, but I mean, we're 3-0. Let's enjoy it. Let's keep going. So game 1, of course, ironically, they play a team called the Hurricanes, and they come out and win 4-1. Kucherov with a hat trick in that one. Then they were supposed to have a back-to-back against the Hurricanes. That got postponed due to the hurricane, and now the next game was going to be against Vancouver, which ended up being their home opener. They win that one 4-1 as well. Before moving on, shout out to the linemen from Vancouver coming down to help in Tampa, and they got that standing ovation in the second period, I think it was. Shout out to y'all. Then in a crazy game as usual, the Lightning win a stunner against Vegas, scoring twice in the final 2-ish minutes and win that one 4-3. So what has led to this 3-0 start where the team's looking really good? They're scoring goals. They're not giving up too many goals. You look at those first 2 games against 2 good teams, they only gave up 1 goal. Well, obviously the top line has been dominant as expected. I think no matter who you're a fan of, who you root for, where you're from, if you know hockey, you knew this team was going to be, or this first line, was going to be one of the best, if not the best, in the NHL. I mean, Kucherov, Point, Gensel, they all bring different skill sets, and just meshing that together, it's been great. So Kucherov getting that hat trick in the first game. Yes, 2 were empty nets. Already saw social media, Kucherov, the empty net merchant's back at it again. Hat trick, okay? 6 goals, 1 assist, 7 points, plus 6 so far through these 3 games. Then you look at Braden Point in the middle. 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points, a +5, plus minus. And then Jake Gensel with 4 points, 4 assists. Still waiting on that first goal, but what he's brought has been very good so far. I'm happy with what I've seen. Despite there not being a goal, it's been what you needed to, what we'll get to, upgrade that 5-on-5 play. So by no means am I going to call it a negative yet, but just something that I think we should all keep an eye on as we continue to move through these first 10 games. Who's getting the goals in that second, third, and fourth line? As good as the first line has been, we cannot just rely on the first line. We need production from all of our lines. Yes, is the first line going to be the most productive? Yeah, that's why it's the first line. But you need more from the last 3. And Cirelli has 1. Hagel has 1. And through 3 games, that's it. That's pretty much the only thing through 3 games where I'm just going to be like, I need to see a little bit more from that. Like I said, it's too early, too small of a sample size to call it a negative yet, but like I said, something we all need to keep an eye on through these first 10 games and going forward. 5-on-5 play, looking really good. It's so nice. Isn't it so nice not to have to rely on the power play and sit there watching your TV or at the game and just waiting for a call because we need a goal right now. It's been a lot better, a lot cleaner, a lot smoother. And I keep using this word sound because that's just how it's felt. It's felt like they have this sort of under control. Even last night, they were down pretty much the entire game, but they had so many chances to take the lead. You saw how many times it hit the post or the crossbar, Hedman, Kucherov, Point. They had their chances. It was just near miss after near miss. And eventually it caught up to the Vegas Golden Knights, and the Lightning were able to win that game. But the 5-on-5 play against Carolina, against Vancouver, it's been really, these are all 3 playoff teams. As for these special teams, the power play, it's going to be a work in progress throughout the entire season. I didn't expect it to just come out on fire, and I don't expect it to really be on fire for an extended period of time anytime soon. I mean, you lose a guy like Stamkos, who's been in that same spot, Stamkos' office, for a decade plus. It's going to take a minute. It's going to take a minute. And we're seeing Radish in there, how Gensel fits in. So they're going to play chess, find the best combination, and what we end up with hopefully can be a top 10 power play. Going from the best in the league last year, even if it drops to 8 or 9, I'd be happy with that. With Kucherov and Point there in the middle, you're pretty much always going to have a really good power play. How good? That's yet to be seen. The penalty kill, I expect it to be really good again this season. Sorelli, Hagel, the way those guys can get on you, and then adding McDonough to that, which was already a pretty good kill last year, it just elevates it even more, and I expect it to be around the same level as last year. So special teams, I'm happy with where it's at. Again, the power play guys, you got to be patient with it. I know it's annoying. You get those power plays. You had that 5-on-3 last night. You really wanted a big goal there, and it just didn't happen. And it's going to be probably frustrating at times, but I think as the year goes on, as they play that game of chess, like I said, figuring out the right guys in the right places, I think it'll get better. So I think it's just going to need some patience there. One guy I want to shout out quickly before we move on to Andrei Vasilevskiy and how he's been playing is JJ Moser. Coming over in that trade with Sergachev, it's a pretty big role that he's getting thrown into immediately, being paired up with Victor Hedman, and how much ice time you're going to have to get if you're paired up with Victor Hedman. And he's playing up to it. 3 points so far, had that goal last night. He's fast, he's quick, he can pass really well. He had one really good cross-ice pass last night where I was like, damn. And defensively, he's looked good. So for what he is, a young defenseman, a piece of that Sergachev trade, I'm really impressed with how he's played so far through 3 games. Andrei Vasilevskiy, looking good, looking on point, looking not injured, looking like he's not recovering from a back surgery. 9.32 save percentage to start the year. That's where you would like to see Vasilevskiy be at. And he's made some of those those big cat saves that you're looking for him to make. And when he's making those, that's when you can tell Vasilevsky's on point. Couple last night he probably let slip by. I know one hit his shoulder and still went in that you kind of like him to make, but overall it's been good from Vasilevskiy, and I think so far has looked better than he did for the most of last season. So super happy with how things have looked so far. Once again, all 3 of these teams are playoff teams. It's not like they just went out against the Sharks and the Ducks and the Blackhawks and came out 3-0 to start the season. No, this is the Canucks. Very good, very talented team. Carolina Hurricanes, playoff team year after year. And then Vegas, always physical, always exciting, always a 1-goal game for some reason. And you're able to score twice in the final 2-ish minutes to win that. Let's carry that over into this road trip. We got the Senators, the Maple Leafs, and the Devils. So 2 of the 3 are against Atlantic opponents when looking at the Senators and the Maple Leafs. So first divisional opponents of the season. Let's keep this going. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment down below your thoughts on the team so far through 3 games. Please like and subscribe if you have not already. Go Bolts. Y'all have a blessed one.